to the Bardic Cauldron, adventures young and old, where daring adventures and terrible jokes are told. Welcome back, everyone, to our next session of Heroes and Theros. I'm so excited to get us started for the evening, and excited to have our players here for the evening. We're midway through our session. Thank you guys so much, or at least through our what I would call this campaign. So this has been a long ride. Thank you for those that have sent the heartwarming messages and everything. And we'll go ahead and jump in and get started with a quick and brief recap. Once I find the song link and something that I remember that now that my done with that part, I forgot to tell my players. I don't know if you noticed, but Hydra doesn't work anymore. So I got to bring back Pancake for the time being. Hopefully that is the right. Problem is, I don't know how to do this. Anyway, last time on Heroes of Theros, as the party began preparing themselves to enter the mausoleum of those that were not claimed in Akros, they quickly were able to dispatch of the just very straggling undead that just happened to be inside the mausoleum after some investigation. Party noticed some magical runes, necromantic in arcane nature on the lids of the coffins that the undead came from, as well as a secret tunnel inside the tomb that led to what looked to be a ritual chamber of sorts, with a large metal iron gateway almost reaching across the precipice that was kind of built here. Destroying it, as well as beginning to wonder and think, is Pollux back? And with that, the party began to plan their next move. Speak with Boris, saying that if anybody had probably any insight, any of the secret passageways, it would have been Queen Cymede, who had vanished years ago. Around the same time, same night, in fact, that King Anax was murdered, as we've learned now. And the party began to journey through this temple to Keranos. Probably the second largest temple, only to the Temple of Triumph, as well as the temple to Aros and Akros. This is the second biggest temple, and they could definitely see someone took care of this temple, but supposedly no one has been here in 14 years. But someone was taking care of the fish, someone was cleaning up. The party began to investigate, found a secret path that led to yet another secret tunnel. Finding their way to the dark, they found a large opening to some sort of, may have been a newer part of maybe a temple that was already built into the mountain. But they found a woman inside, hiding amongst the rubble here. Quickly, the party learns that the woman is Queen Cymede herself, who had supposedly mysteriously vanished, but arrived here instead, under the watchful guise of the god of storms himself, Keranos, who also happened to be her patron deity that she is indebted to, as well as built the temple to. And thus, after a warming up period between the party and this broken queen, they were able to persuade her to walk with them back to the palace where Queen Taranika awaits. You guys are currently walking through the courtyard. So I'll bring you back onto our Akros map to kind of give you a better understanding of where you guys are at. So you guys are coming out of this spot right here. Then you've got this entire walkway up until where the palace is, along with those that guard the palace. This is their bunks or barracks are right outside. And across are those that are allowed to be here. Those of the who have either won the Iroan Games, performed their military service, or by birth. If you just happen to get lucky and you are a child of a hero, then here you are. This is which would be your nobility, what would be considered your nobility underneath, of course, the monarchy. As you are walking down the streets, currently at this moment, looks like most of the lights are off. You see, there are some lights kind of scattered throughout the colophon, where maybe someone is staying up a little later, maybe to get a couple extra reps in for though they didn't win their own games, there's nothing that says that they can't go ahead and get started for next year. Kind of people. Then you come up to where the guards are kind of positioned. At this point, you can see, for the most part, Diomocles has kept it as low-key as possible, what would be normal. So there are currently 4 guards on each side, so 8 guards in total, that kind of hang out right out front of the barracks and the palace itself. And he has pretty much told them to go about their normal duties. He said to pretend like we don't even exist. He said, I know it's not protocol, but discretion is key. As you get past them and you reach the front doors, Damocles goes ahead and pushes it open, and you see he pushes the door open, and he kind of looks back at Queen Cymede. It is customary that the husband does this, but I know that Anex would have wanted you to be brought home in the same way he brought you home. And he kind of reaches out to the Queen Cymede. You see she looks kind of confused for a moment, but at the mention of Anex's name, she kind of takes it, and you see kind of he just gives her enough support to kind of almost like lift her up the stairs and let her almost kind of glide up the stairs. Oh, you guys can go ahead and make a perception check at this point.
Oh dear, that doesn't sound good. Perception?
Yes.
Ooh, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Beautiful. Okay. And Kantor. Okay. Two different things, then, I'll tell you. Bezic, pretty good. Arthos, are you rolling, or are you just going off your friends?
So I'll go off my friends.
Okay. Alright. Most of you can tell, the way that she kind of glides up the stairs, you almost notice, it almost looks like, even though she's not touching the stairs, she's still going upstairs. Almost like you can see indentions in the air where she steps. Keeping her always at 10 feet off the ground.
Wait, keeping her how high off the ground?
I lied, 10 inches off the ground. Wow.
Oh, okay.
That's completely
I was
different.
gonna say,
Yeah,
wait,
10
what?
feet's like freaking Phoenix. Oh, no. No, that's
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big difference.
yeah, 10 inches. So,
Even 10 inches is pretty high up off the ground. I mean, that's noticeable.
yeah, that is...
10 feet, however, means she's touching the ceiling.
Yeah, at this point,
Yeah,
she's
well,
hitting her
She's
head.
just walking in.
Yeah.
Well, she's walking into the palace
Yeah.
from the second floor.
Yeah,
I mean-
exactly.
She's just entering from the balcony.
Exactly.
I'll just see myself in. Can I
You
make
smell...
an Arcana? Oh, sorry.
Kantor, you smell burnt carpet.
Burnt carpet?
That burnt carpet smell?
Yeah. Is it coming from her?
It's coming from where she's stepping.
I'm going to nudge Thea and say, are you picking this up? Do you smell that? What do you see?
Now that he's pointed it out, do I smell anything?
Fezzik, you are, I would say, probably right next on the other side, escorting. Diomocles on right, you're on the left, always keeping two big guys like next to her. What he would consider no against anybody else, the better trained. And you notice where she would have stepped, it almost looks like parts of the carpet that go up have been singed, and there's just this trail of like a burnt black, like almost, it almost looks like somebody took like paint and kind of like striped it just down, and that's what it looks like. And it's probably about 2 inches thick, and it almost looks like little footprints going up the stairs.
Little footprints. Are they like the same size as hers, or are they different size?
They look pretty identical. It's a little hard to
Okay.
tell, but with the with the 22 and your guys' insight, you guys can probably like, okay, everything's starting to add up at this point.
Well,
I would.
yes, but no.
Kind of, at least. What kind
Why
of gift
would
did you
she?
want to make, Thea?
I forgot. I would tell Cantor what I see, since he cannot see it, but he can smell it apparently.
Yep.
I was gonna say either Arcana or Religion to see if this is some kind of
You
magical
can do either
effect.
or.
Oh, ooh, choices.
Yeah, I mean, religion I
Both
could
the
do
same.
pretty well. Yeah, I could do like religion, but Arcana, best I could do is like, sure.
Yeah, if anybody wants to do religion or arcana, they can.
I'll do Religion since they're both the same. 12.
26.
Yeah.
I'll see myself out.
It's
I know things. That's about it. That's not because I'm a pious individual. It's just because I know things.
where you were trained. Um, they the monks who trained in the ways of the elements and everything, they told you, because as you were going up and discussing what path was best for you, and
Yeah.
it they told you a story of how the way that some people connect to the elements are different than others. Um, and sometimes, in those instances, when they die, sometimes Athreos doesn't get a say in what happens to them. Sometimes gods can intervene. And sometimes those people come back different than how they were.
That's what I'm kind of worried about. Now, of course, I would probably think if she's like singeing wherever she's walking, I'd be like, oh yeah, that almost sounds like the big guy himself, Mr. Heliod. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She's one of me now. Yeah. But with everything else that's going on, I'd be somewhat concerned. I
You
don't know
mentioned
how
that to
we
me.
can. Yeah, I'm gonna be like we might have some ounce of concern here. It's almost like she's been touched.
I'm gonna use Eyes of the Grave on her.
What does that do? Remind me?
As an action, you know the location of any undead within 60 feet that
She
does
did-
not have total cover.
She does not show up as undead.
Well, if it is a problem, it's not the same problem as we have with Pollux.
Well, that's a start, but if she was blessed by a deity, we want to know which one.
I think there's one that would stand out more than the rest. for her specifically.
Really? Which one are you thinking?
If you don't remember the name, it's all right. You can ask me.
Yeah.
I say it's the guy with all the symbols that was down there.
It is Keranos,
Yeah.
the god of the storm.
That would kind of make sense.
Doesn't lightning start fires, so something like that.
I wouldn't expect the whole like burning smell per se. I would think of more of like an ozone I'd probably pick up. But okay.
Yeah, it's
Fair
just like
enough. Fair enough.
it's only because it's like burning like the very top of the carpet, and because
That's what I'm. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just
Well, that
like
would
the
make
very
sense
top.
then.
It's just the very top. It hasn't gone very far.
Well, that would make sense then, because
yeah.
Kyrnos was taking care of her while she was in that. But I'm wondering if she's being used as like a vessel for him. Because I still don't know how she could have really survived outside of like some heavy divine influence. I don't know. It might be something I need to go back and pray on.
Well, you all do know that as soon as you guys have this little moment here, the council's waiting for you guys.
Yep.
They
Well,
want-
yeah. I remember we asked for them to meet.
Yeah. So as you guys come in, you see Queen Tyrannica. It's just her. Leopold is kind of downstairs. He's kind of like hanging out. Looks like trying to pretend to like polish some armor.
What did he do wrong to get stuck in the doghouse of polishing armor?
It looks more like how to break it to your aunt that held you for like a couple months, pops into your life, telling you, oh hey, this is my boyfriend that you've never met. First time you were meeting me officially. Yeah, terrible first impression. At least that's
Yes.
at least what you can see on her face as she's kind of like she has no idea what to say or do. You see, she kind of just puts her hands to the side. Hi, if you would, you want to wait down here, and we'll have some time to talk. But it's great to have you back. And you see Queen Cymede kind of just doesn't know who the girl is. He can see the girl's concern, but doesn't know why. You see,
Remind me. When we were down in the basement of the temple talking with Sarah Mire, did we mention the name Tyrannica?
you did mention that that you might only remember her as a baby, but yeah.
Okay. If I see this kind of like recognition of the distress, but not of the person, could I just kind of lean over to Sarah Mide and say, "Do you recognize this person? This young woman?"
No. Who is she?
This is Tyrannica.
Out of curiosity, does anybody else in the council recognize her for who she is?
They are waiting inside the throne room.
Oh, so so they haven't seen her yet.
No, they
Okay.
wanted Taranika to see her first.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay.
Wow, you've really grown. You
She's
see,
become a very capable young woman.
Queen Taranika kind of I'll meet you all um in the throne room, but I I just wanted to be the first one to welcome you home. Um, and you see she kind of goes back up. Diocles kind of steps forward. Right. So, does someone want to stay down with her, or I can stay down here and keep guard, along with the other 8 outside?
Did we establish if Cymede was more comfortable with particular one of us, or that she didn't really
She
mind any of us?
she didn't really mind any of you. She's kind of starting to warm up. She's very cautious and slow when she approaches anyone, but yeah, she seems to be comfortable.
Okay. Um, I'm happy to stay. Amicleus, if you want to stay with her, that's all right. If you want to be present in the council meeting, that is all right as well.
I currently at the moment don't have anything to report, so I will at least keep her company.
It would be probably my recommendation for all of those that she is familiar and comfortable with should definitely be around her.
Agreed. We were the ones that found her. At least one of us needs to be with her at all times.
I'm thinking, who does she recognize and seem to be most comfortable around?
She seems to recognize Diomocles. Like, it's kind of weird for her because when she died, they were about the same age. Now, obviously, he's not as in shape as he was. Um, since he's not really like active duty at the moment. Um, but she does recognize him.
Then he should definitely stick close to her.
All right. So you 4 are going up to speak with the council. Okay. Beautiful. Let me go ahead and bring us to our throne room. Diomocles, you're not there. Leopold, you're downstairs cleaning armor.
Spit shining the brass.
Yeah, kind of make it look like he's actually like not important at all, at least for right now. So just I haven't got any tokens yet, but at some point that way, like if I need to like add stuff like here and there, I can. Um, just picture just the table right there where the rug is, and it's not as far out, but uh, everyone is present except for Diomocles in Leopold. You see, Enthusa kind of sees you all kind of walk in. How is she?
She's she's still trying to remember things.
I can't imagine what she's been through.
Honestly, I don't think we fully know completely what she's been through yet. But definitely believe that the gods have been watching out for her.
Well, at least then we can go ahead and go on to more urgent matters. She looks over to you, Arthos. I'm wanted to be the one to tell you Oxus was attacked.
Foxes.
Yes. Your parents are safe. I went ahead and made sure that Takis has them up in one of his places where he meets those he works with. I didn't ask the particulars of the business, but anyway, they're all right. But everything.
Who attacked them? I mean, that's awfully close to Meletus as well. I'm be kind of concerned. Not to mention that my first step foot on the main continent through that same town.
I'm waiting to hear back from Cymede. She was there when it happened. At least nearby. Your sister is here in the city, we know that. As far as any ships or anything, your ship is the only one left.
Huh.
Your sister came by, left some sort of looks like agreement that you and her wrote up and agreed upon, and she wanted me to notarize it. Already had your signature on it. She kind of hands it over to you.
Oh, right. The agreement. Yeah.
In very easy terms, you work for her, but she knows what kind of business you do. She says if anything comes her way that sounds like something Arthos related, she calls it, I will let you know. As a starting, attached with it is 300 gold for each player.
Oh.
She says a starting advance and a sorry for forging your signature.
Apology accepted.
So far, she kind of looks over to Enthusa and Phaedra. They both kind of lean forward. As far as we're aware, Satessa is still safe. There was a small little incursion in the forest between some of Brisma's people that were left, and they tried to get close to Satessa and got hung in the trees. That's the official report.
Well, good to know Satessa's still basically intact.
I think we need to discuss preparations. With tomorrow being the final event, from the time the award ceremony begins, we need to probably be, what's the phrase, as paranoid as possible.
If not more so. Yes.
I'm thinking diligence with extreme prejudice.
Alright. Well, that's all we had to discuss. We know that we are going to talk about Queen Cymede, but we wanted to see what you had to bring up.
I will definitely bring up the stuff that we found and dealt with in the mausoleum.
Enthusa comes forward. Those sound like some sort of create dead spell.
Create dead spell.
Well, create undead. It's a it's a very high level necromancy spell that, as long as there's a corpse of some kind, whether it be bones or flesh, it can create a undead imitation of it.
Out of curiosity, I assume that a altar or gate for the source of power to animate said undead is required?
A gate? Not necessarily, no. All you really need to do is carve the sigil for the spell inside of the tomb. With some really good glyph work, you can set it off to make the undead come on at any time.
I'm going to probably look over to where I know the other people of our party. That doesn't explain the other room.
What other room?
Well,
I'll go ahead.
no, I was going to say go ahead and you can speak this one.
I will explain what we found in there, all the corpses that were in there, the gate that was there, the sigils and marks on the walls.
Yeah, the gate and the altar, and we did our best to destroy the altar, and there's going to be a ceremony put on the ground to try to not sanctify it. What would that be? What is that called?
That was the word I was going for.
You're going to go for sanctify? Yeah.
That's what I was going to say.
Consecrate the, bless
You're trying
the area.
to cast a hallow spell on the ground. That's what you're trying.
Basically.
All right. I'm
Basically,
just making sure you
to
understand what we're getting at. Okay.
Yeah. It's been a long day.
Do you have? Can you recreate the sigil you saw on the gate?
I'll make an attempt at that. Do I need to roll for it?
I'm trying to remember
sure.
who actually looked at it. Who was able to really look at it? Wasn't that you, Tika, and Arthos?
I think it was Arthos, and Thea that were able to.
Yeah, at the end.
Thea, if you want to do this one, would be Arcana.
Okay.
Yeah, this one would be Arcana.
I was also thinking that Arthos has
Try not to copy it too exactly. Something bad might happen.
Well, no.
That's true.
Okay. All right.
boom,
So,
yeah,
all
yeah,
right,
yeah. We
I tell you
summon a
what.
lich right in the middle of everybody.
Here.
Oops.
Here. And she gives you basically like what's like looks like pink ink, like in a jar. Like it's harmless, like colored water. Just
That'll work. 19.
19's pretty good. I would say it's a pretty good recreation. It's not perfect, but it definitely is a really good likeness. And you see, Enthusiast studying it. That sigil. She kind of looks down. That's for a gate spell.
I'll also mention that through prayer and meditation with my deity, I have a very strong suspicion that this is somehow connected to everything with the undead in that undead city that Thea definitely remembers the name of.
Adonis.
Adonis, yes.
Yeah. You see, Enthusa looks at you. Oh, it's much worse than that.
Oh, really?
This portal can go to a different plane.
Do we know which one specifically?
Unfortunately, you were able to get the gate spell. The location I cannot read for anything. I'm sorry.
You said another plane?
It is possible, depending on who created the archway in the first place.
Just checking. We destroyed that archway, right?
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah, I thought we did.
I believe between
Yeah,
between Fezzik and Cantor, they beat the crap out of it.
The crap out of it to try to tear it down.
Yeah,
Okay, just checking.
We did
Yeah.
whatever we could to desecrate that
Yeah.
that shrine.
yeah.
Okay.
And there was
plane
something-
is not what I was expecting. I was expecting, portal to Adonis.
I will have to go down and cast a dispel magic spell on the gateway, but I will do that as soon as I leave here.
Wasn't there also something else that was on the altar? I don't remember now. I thought there was something else with that altar.
It was like remnants of the black arrowhead shards.
Yeah, that's right. I thought they were like in like a bowl or something like that.
Yeah, they were. Like underneath, like so. Picture that the sarcophagus is on top, and then it has like a little like deposit tray, and that's like all the residue afterwards.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely think we need to try to describe as much of this as possible to Enthusa before she goes over there, just so she knows what the heck she's walking into. I will mention to Enthusa though that that the clerics at the Temple of Heliod are at your service. Just tell them that I sent you.
Boris is the one who actually oversees the Temple of Atherios and the mausoleum. I'm sure he'll be happy of any assistance you can
Were
give.
you able to ascertain if there were any symbols on the inside of the sarcophagus?
On some of them, there were symbols.
You're,
I'll describe what that symbol was. Or wait.
are you talking about the one that was in that other chamber?
Yeah, the other chamber.
Oh.
Pretty sure there
I
Oh.
was.
don't think we opened it up.
You guys opened it and there was a big boom.
Yeah, there was a big boom and we didn't pay attention to anything else. Well, yeah, there was that glyph that caused the big boom, but I don't think we looked for anything else. At that point, we're like, yeah, this is bad juju. We need to.
Oh, no, that sounds like a very basic use of a glyph of warding spell.
Yeah, it. Yeah. Yeah.
Just sometimes they can be used for nefarious things, but looks like this person just wanted to try and hurt you, not kill you.
Yeah, or at least try to make a deterrent out of
Yes.
whatever.
Well,
But I don't think
that's-
we looked inside at any of the glyphs on that.
Well, if you won't, I will do a quick once over. Before
I'm trying to remember
you
also,
said
Enthusa's from Setessa, correct? Is that the one that's from Setessa?
I have been giving them the wrong names. Parasophia is from Melitus. She's the one that's talking.
Oh, okay.
Ah,
Okay.
okay. that
Okay.
makes
Okay. 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 Okay.
That
Oh,
is
Parasophia.
my
Okay.
bad.
Okay. Because, yeah, I definitely want to make sure I talk to her some more in particular before she runs off.
Yeah.
Even if
Uh,
it's just one-on-one between her and me.
Yeah. She's gonna go ahead and head off and do a once over. She said she'll be back before
Okay, yeah.
the night's completely done.
Okay. Yeah, because I definitely want to talk to her some more about what's going on with Melitus and Oxus.
Okay. She's gonna go ahead and head there. Well, I guess we will decide for the moment what do we want to do about
I think
my
probably
friend.
I was going to say probably a serious concern here that we might have with the with the Queen coming back. We need to probably decide how we're going to handle this. Is this considered something like a reversed secession of the crown? Or should we keep the young lady here as queen?
I would say that since she doesn't really remember much of anything, probably shouldn't.
But by right, she is still queen. You see the conundrum here? There could be people that would
Yeah,
say
but she
that
does not have the mind of a queen.
but she is rightfully the queen, more so
Oh.
than,
Were we going to tell anyone? I thought we weren't going to tell anyone.
well,
I don't
no, but we probably need to at least have a plan in place because it's sooner rather than later it's going to probably get leaked out. So,
Let's also consider that she, as Isaac pointed out, in no fit condition to rule. Therefore, even if she was or is the rightful queen, someone else would have to make the day-to-day decisions in her stead.
true. I'm just saying that it's like by right ordained, she is more rightfully at this exact moment, more rightfully the queen than what's her name? Taramika?
Yeah.
Yeah. Than Taramika is. And I'm like, no offense, Your Highness.
No.
It's like this is an issue that we need to make sure we have.
I have a suggestion. if it would appease everyone. I would suggest that for now, I will, for the time being, in the presence of those outside this room, I will be queen. For those inside, and you see she goes ahead and takes her crown off and kind of sits it on the table and kind of puts it out in front of her. It's up for whoever thinks they want it. Let her decide if she's fit or not. She is a crowing woman.
I'm gonna kind of turn my head around to like everybody that I'm assuming is still around the table, and like, and this is part of the conundrum. Personally, I would say, as I look over at Yamika, I'm like you can put that crown back on. What we should consider, though, is how we're going to ultimately present this to the public, because it will, like I said,
Oh no!
it'll be better if we present it versus it
Cantor, you
coming
can't.
out.
You can't tell, but I'm taking it off to stretch my hair.
Oh, I thought I heard her like put it on the table.
She did. She's now playing with her hair, but you can't see that because you're blind.
And there you go. I thought I heard like the crown hit the table as she sat it down, like ka-chunk.
Oh no! It's just kind of like she kind of lightly placed it on the table. I should have worded that differently.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay.
That's
okay.
what context clues, everybody.
Fair enough. I feel if anything, Taramika should be definitely the queen, and if anything, I can't say her name. I keep forgetting her name. The one we just found.
Queen.
Cymede?
Samira?
Cymede.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cymede. Okay. If anything, she should be. Of course, once her memory comes back, if it comes back, maybe like a High Council reagent number 2 in a way. I mean, let's put the theory out here. Theoretically, let's say Tamika and Leopold get married, king and queen. I believe that that again, what's her name, would probably fall before Leopold in terms of the hierarchy of the crown. Does everybody else kind of would agree with me on that?
Not entirely sure what you meant, to be honest.
Okay, so I am thinking in terms of succession of the crown here.
Yes.
So we can basically keep the head on the beast even if it gets whacked off. So if Queen Taramika, let's say, gets killed tomorrow, it would probably go to somebody right now because she's not married.
It would go to Theomocles.
Yeah. Correct. If she was married to Leopold, it would probably go to Leopold and then to the applicants. What I am proposing here is that we're going to put her aunt somewhere between her and the applicants or him and Leopold. And that's going to change based upon when she gets her wits to her. I'm thinking we just need to make sure we have a succession and also make sure we understand what stance we are going to all agree upon here, the whole council, on who is queen or who is the ruler here. We need to make sure we have that stance and we're ready to defend that.
Well, we could have Cymede be queen by title,
In
at the
fact,
very least.
Kind of like a prime minister in a way,
well,
or like head of council.
my official title is Queen Regent. I would just be regent.
Kind of like a queen mother type of a thing.
Yeah,
That's correct. I think that's the correct terminology, queen mother.
yeah. I think I have got no idea.
It's kind of odd because we're kind of doing like a reverse secession here.
Yeah, it's really weird.
It's like we almost have to like create a new position or title.
Yeah,
But having that addressed in order to keep the rest of the population under control,
I don't
especially with
know.
all this other chaos that's going on, or potentially that could be going on, we need to make sure we keep our leadership intact, informed.
Well, what I was saying is the queen that returned, right? One who
Yeah.
doesn't remember anything, is queen by title, but maybe not necessarily the one making the decisions.
That's why I'm thinking kind of like lead council or something.
I would
Somebody
say
who'd
go ahead
be
and
under
call
the
her.
queen.
I would say go ahead and call her queen. And then just like if in a situation where the top ruler would fall ill or anything, where
She
they
could step
can't be
in
the
if
one making the decisions. That's how we treat it here.
yeah. Fair enough. All right. I just want to make sure. I mean, because anything can happen where the head of the dragon can get chopped off at any moment, and I'm just want to make sure that we
And this also
are covered.
depends on when we decide to let the public know. I'm not presenting her like that.
Okay.
I want her.
We don't need to harp on that. I guess we don't have to harp on the topic as long as we kind of have
No,
the gist of what we're going.
Yeah, I think.
I think it will become more important when she actually remembers who she is.
That is true.
The plan now is fine, but it's moot if she never remembers anything.
That is true.
At this point, you watch as Diomocles goes to open the door, and you hear him shout like, "Fine, fine, there! I'm sorry, I forgot to leave it open." And you watch as this falcon flies through and lands on Phaedra's shoulders. "What's the matter, boy?" And she kind of begins to like rub his chin, and you can see that on the little pouch that he has underneath him, there's a letter. Oh, there's a update. Right. Um, Anax's army is a day out from the city.
From Akros?
Yes.
Well, it's not like we didn't expect that. Good to know, though. Which direction?
So,
They
Yeah.
will be coming from what I know of Akros, known as the Titan Stairs. It is it's the road that you all came in when you all had to fight that kind of bleepus.
wait a minute, they're going to come in
yes,
through the
that.
stairs?
Yes.
How are they getting around to there?
I don't know.
Double checking. That is a different direction than the bridge that we took out.
That's
That
like
is-
down south of
yeah,
here. They're
yeah.
coming in basically this direction.
They are.
Okay.
It's like, how did they get there?
Okay.
They walked around, I guess.
Well, obviously, but it's like, wait a minute.
They were right here.
This is where we saw them. They were out here on the plains, right?
Yep.
But now
Don't
they're
think
saying that they're
we
going to be
ever saw
coming
them
in,
personally, but
Yeah.
but they're coming up this way.
This is basically what the path looks like. I'm gonna do their path from where they are in orange because it offsets it. So this is where they were. They did that.
So they're cutting south.
Yep. At the
Now,
river.
our dragon buddy from Mount Velas is up over in this area.
Yeah. We're gonna put Red Dragon. This is his territory over here. He said in that area he'll keep it. He said he'll keep an eye out. He said that's his.
At least,
That's about where his hunting ground is.
Scophos will then at least be covered. Parts of Phobos, but crap.
And you guys did learn that the fairies raiders were starting to go against the Laguna tribe, pushing them this way, almost just making enough room to go across the river.
Oh, so basically they're trying to push the Laguna
Just enough.
back to here.
Just enough.
you said the orange is King Anax, right?
Yes.
How much you want to bet he's got a shard in him?
Oh, no.
Most
I've never
likely.
touched my gold, thank you.
He also,
bet.
the rumor was, carries an axe that drips lava. And he also is the only one that knows how to activate the Colossus outside Akros.
Yep.
Oh,
Awesome.
yeah.
The only other person is Queen Cymede.
Oh, great. We need to jog her memory real quick.
Yeah, she's not. Her memory's not in the greatest shape right now.
Crap.
Have something
is-
on me that
Hold on. Is Sarah Mede in the room right now?
No, she is still downstairs. Damocles opened the
Okay.
door for the bird and went back downstairs.
Okay.
The bird was sitting there like pecking at the door, like trying to get in.
Let me in, damn it. I am going to stand up. Would you excuse me for a moment? And I'm actually going to go down to Sarah Mede.
Okay.
I'm thinking Arthos, you might want to go with.
Go with Theo.
Yeah.
All right, I will accompany Theo.
I hate the idea of you invading, especially somebody who's already pretty scrambled up there in their mind. But it might be needed.
Theo, you're not at the
Mm.
level where you get greater restoration, do you?
I actually do have it. That's what we were talking about when we were down there.
We already tried
But
it, I thought.
Oh, yeah, that's
no,
right.
we did
No,
not
we
because
didn't.
No.
that takes a diamond that's worth a lot.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
guys,
and
I
we
would have
need.
tried
We
to
were gonna
break the one
ask.
I had.
yeah, you guys were gonna ask if
And
you guys could get.
While they're
yeah,
gone,
and
I'm gonna bring that.
we
up.
did
I'm
a lot
gonna
of
bring
thinking
that up to
about
the
it, and then we
queen.
decided
Okay,
no, that probably
awesome.
wasn't going to work. I have something else in mind at the moment. It's a long shot, but you know what?
I've
Hey.
got a long shot too. But
I was gonna
Okay.
say I could probably bring it up to the queen though right now. We were thinking about doing some type of like restoration, but we don't have all of the reagents for it.
Tell
If
Diomocles what you need, and he'll take care of it. I'm done for the night.
okay,
I'm clocking out.
understood. And my 2 cents, can you grab Leo to stop polishing the brass?
Oh God, he's still doing that! Oh my God, I told him just to do that when she came in. Oh my. Okay, all right, yeah.
Take care of
If I
take care
may,
of him.
if I may,
Yeah.
Tanika, as long as he's doing his job and protecting you, he's doing what he needs to do. If that's simply being a companion to you,
Oh,
a close
Uh,
advisor,
he's
that is also appropriate.
he's um
Yes.
he's him and Diomocles are leaving tonight.
Leaving tonight.
They Anax has a group of soldiers that served under Anax. They are all positioned at the Titan stairs.
Is this Leopold's idea to go?
No, it was Diomocles. um, uh, what was the rule? Stay within. Stay out of reach of my weapon, but stay within where I can throw a weapon to you. Um,
a little confused here. What's the plan?
oh,
What's going on?
Oh,
I,
Leopold and
he's basically putting Leopold through training, officially.
By taking him there?
That is what his initial plans were. That was before we learned this. Diomocles might want to know this.
yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say you probably shouldn't do that now.
Yeah.
No. I
Those
shall
were
inform
future
him when I
plans.
go down there, which I'm on my way to do.
Okay, that makes me feel a lot better. Oh, I thought I was having a heart attack for a second. Thank you, Thea.
Of course.
You see, she kind of just like slumps down and just kind of like puts her head right against the table. And
No
you can,
wonder she's had a rough day. It's
you
like,
can-
oh Lord.
You can hear her groan like, I just turned 15.
Yeah, she just found out her mom's alive, and all this is going on at the same time.
Her boyfriend's most likely gonna get killed. by her uncle.
By her psychopath uncle, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, we're going to try to put a stop to that.
this is definitely a Greek tragedy. No.
Not yet.
Hey, know what? You guys signed up for a Greek inspired campaign. We're gonna give you a Greek inspired campaign.
It won't be a Greek
Oh,
tragedy
hey,
until...
I've been waiting for that Colossus to come alive since we first got to Akros the first time.
Yeah, that's true.
It was
Yeah.
like, oh, we're gonna fight that.
It won't be a Greek tragedy until at least all except for one of us are dead.
Oh, gee, oh, yay.
Well, that
Great.
happened in the other campaign.
I'm
That's true. That's true.
Anyway,
You guys.
If it's Arthos that survives, then it's like we have a serious problem, though.
Yeah.
'Cause if he survives both of them, then it's like we got a serious problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
no.
At that point, it probably is actually Klothos like playing with the webs, like, whoo, sorry, he's gonna stay.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay.
you guys are headed downstairs, and you
Yes.
see currently Damocles and Cymede are at the current moment. Looks like he is telling a story from when him and Anax were young soldiers about from what you can tell what it was like the night they first met. Cymede and Anax. And you see he's gotten to a
Okay.
really juicy part of the story when he looks over to you guys. Oh. Hello, did you finish up everything good for the evening?
A couple things to discuss. I don't want to interrupt your story. It was just getting interesting.
No. It is it's good to catch up.
To be continued then.
Yes.
Um,
What did you need to discuss?
Cantor Fezzik, would you have a conversation with Damocles and let him know what we just found out?
Okay, boys, what's going on?
Oh, I didn't realize I was going with.
Oh, well, who else there?
Oh, okay.
I was
Oh,
planning on
I'm
staying.
here.
I was gonna be staying up there with the
Okay.
rest of the council.
Oh, okay. Authors. Would you mind informing Damocles what we just found out? Sorry, guys.
Hang on, wait.
Were
What did
you
we
coming
just find
along?
out?
That King Anax is coming to the Titan Stairs, and we don't want Damocles to take Leopold there because they'll die.
Ah, yes, that.
That.
Sorry,
my brain malfunctioned for a moment.
Hey, you know what? It
That's
happens.
okay. So did mine. I forgot who came with me.
Yeah. It's alright. No worries.
We were like talking about all these things, and my brain's just like, no, that's not important information.
So Arthos, you and Dionysus go over to the side.
Yes, I explain everything.
Oh. Right. Leopold will stay here tonight. I will.
Yeah, it would be in everyone's best interest if he doesn't get killed.
Yes, I agreed. I, unfortunately, cannot. That is sort of my post. I can't leave it. But if you are doing something weird, I will give you the time you need. You just tell me when we need to step in.
Gotcha.
You know, Arthos, you know the first thing I thought of you when I saw you in that busted cart coming from Militus?
Oh, I can imagine many things were going through your head.
Oh, there was a lot going through my head. You've changed every single one of those things. good luck. And he's gonna go ahead and pat you on the back. And is going to head off to his post.
Well, that happened.
Meanwhile, while they're having that conversation,
Yeah.
I just want to sit down with Sayemire. If I may, can I hold your hands?
Sure. Sure.
I want to try something. And I am going to attempt a divine intervention to see if we can get her memory back.
Okay. Go ahead
That's the percentile. So I need to roll below a 10 unless I'm mistaken. Oh, hell no. 56. Hey, it was worth a try.
Hey, yeah. Okay. You try to reach out and you don't think it's because he isn't listening. It's not his domain. And probably a lot going on.
It's not the right time.
Yeah.
It was worth a try.
Yep.
Thank you.
Alright.
And I'll make sure that she's not left alone, so I'll stay with her if I need to.
Okay. Basic and Cantor, what are you two and Arthos doing?
There's something I've been holding on for a while now.
Okay.
I'll be honest, I don't remember where I found it. I reach into my pocket and take out a ring. This is Queen Cymede's wedding ring.
I completely forgot you had that. I think you guys found that in a Watson.
Mm-hmm. I think so too.
Oh. I totally forgot about that.
I forgot you. Okay.
What was that doing in a Latin? Cool.
So I don't know if this would help with her memory or anything. But I think we can at least give it to her.
Depends. How much is that diamond worth? Boom.
Let me go ahead and pull up. Wow. Left field. Okay, let me pull up the ring. Wow, I didn't think I was gonna need this. Ever.
I was going to save it to see if King Anax would have any reaction to it if I showed him.
Let's see. I don't think that's it. No. I don't think it is. Let's see.
One ring to rule them all. Oh, wrong thing.
Yeah, no. Wrong campaign. Oh, gosh. Okay. So as you're... Are you giving that to Thea?
No, this is after Theo had Thea, not Theo,
Yeah.
has left, and I'm bringing it up to the people who are still here.
Oh, okay. To Cantor and Arthos.
Arthos left too.
Oh,
Yeah, Arthos left too.
okay. Then just Cantor.
Yeah, Arthur is downstairs with the.
Okay, than just Cantor.
And any of the
I'm
council members or anything that are there.
I'd be like I'm gonna like have like this recollection like, oh crap, I forgot about that. I'm like that could help jog her memory. It can't hurt, at least. Right.
I think we'll wait to hear back from Thea.
We can try that for like a round 2, maybe.
Yeah.
Thea, you are just hanging out with Queen Cymede then?
Since Damocles left, yes.
Okay.
If Arthos wants to go back up, I'll let him know what I did and that it did not work.
Well, as I mentioned to Arthos before he left, it's like if you need to brain scan.
I'm not sure if a brain scan might work. All things
Because
considered.
yeah, no, that's what I recommend to you, though, why you might want to follow along. If you can maybe try to glean anything off of surface thoughts or even try to probe deeper.
If I probe deep, my guess is if I tried to probe deep, I'm mostly just going to get memories of or like thoughts that happened when she was like brought back to life or something like that.
Yeah, like most recent, like,
Her mind's
however
pretty
long,
scrambled.
yeah, however long she was down there.
Who else do we have in the council here that's from Melitus?
Just Parasophia. The rest of the council is dealing with everything in Militus.
That's going on, yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
Thuza and Phaedra are from Setessa. They're the only two that both are there.
I'd probably recommend to them, you know,
the ring.
just my thought on this here. I'm going to mention to them that you might want to double check and obviously reinforce Setessa with whatever you guys have. However, you can get that message to them as quickly as possible.
Well, thanks to what all of you did, Setessa's natural defenses have been keeping it safe, and your friend Zyor has been keeping pretty watchful eye on the mountainside. I'm impressed. I didn't think anyone could out kill me, but apparently his numbers are getting up there. Anyway, the ring itself, for those that have looked at it, it is just basically a steel ring, and it looks like it is shaped like two hands clutching each other. And it's just very simple. Some sort of probably like bronze or copper. Not really expensive itself, but for those that knew Queen Cymede, she herself was a warrior too. She fought alongside Anax, so she didn't worry about getting blood on her ring. But, so you are giving that to her?
Gonna wait until Thea comes back
Okay.
before I do anything with it.
Okay. Uh, Thea,
I'm yes.
anything for you?
I would just be making sure that Saimire is taken care of, that she's not left alone before the council meeting's done. Um,
Yeah, the council
so it
is done at this point.
oh, okay. Is there someone else?
Yes.
Is there someone who would be looking after her?
Yeah. At this point, Leopold comes over and asks if he can take over for you. Well, my plans kind of got canceled on me, but do you need to stay with her?
That would be lovely, actually. Don't feel too bad about missing out on things tonight. Don't think it would have gone well.
No, I mean, this, from what I understand, King Anax fought alongside my dad.
Yes, that's my understanding as well.
So it's just, if it was me, I would want someone. If I was there, I would protect them too.
I know you would. There may come a time when you have to. You need to be ready for it. There's no sense in dashing into it and throwing your life away.
No. I understand. Thanks, Thea.
Of course. I'll go back up and join the group for a while.
Okay. Now that you're all together.
I'm back.
So, how'd it go?
Oh, I was just trying to make a connection between Theros and myself and Saimire, and it really didn't work. I may try again another day, but wasn't the time.
Got something else I can try.
Oh?
And I show her the ring.
Oh, forgot all about this.
Been holding on to it for a while.
Can I make, like, an intelligence or a wisdom check of some kind to see if that might... if showing her the ring would be of help in some way?
Do you want to do a wisdom check? Yeah. I mean, I don't know really what specifics that, so I'll just do wisdom.
Wisdom. 14.
It wouldn't hurt, but you don't know if it would benefit her.
Okay. Mechanically, would that give any kind of benefit to, a divine intervention roll, or combined with something else magical that it might help with?
What's funny enough is you guys have never actually talked about this ring. This is the first time you've ever all discussed it all together.
You know, thinking about it, any idea if it's magical? I mean, it's the Queen's ring.
That's an exceedingly good question. Ah, I have detect magic. It's the end of the day. I'm just going to burn the spell slot.
Okay. What's the spell?
Detect magic.
Detect
Oh,
magic.
yes.
Give me a second. With the parameters of the wish spell, this is what you're able to ascertain from the ring. There is a strange blur. It's a mix of conjuration and necromancy.
Well, that's interesting. Okay.
So it does give off a magical glow. It does not tell you what it does.
Okay. I'll share that with the group. It's magical, but an odd combination. Conjuration and necromancy.
At that point, Anthusa walks back in. Not Anthusa, Parasophia walks back in. That was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Boris is a delightful young man. Where he works, I'm not crazy about. Um, so I made sure that the gate is completely destroyed and disenchanted. Even though the pieces were disassembled, the arcane glow was still there.
Glad you went and checked then.
Yes, thank you. That was a terrible oversight on our part.
No, it is all right. It happens. That's why we are doing this council thing, right? We're working together.
Yes.
Trying to achieve a common goal. In the sarcophagus, there was the glyph of warning spell. Um, which they just basically did just an very small shatter spell on you. Harmless, for the most part.
Did it feel harmless?
Wait. No, that one. That one was the Circle of Dead. Somebody really had it out for you then. That's right, yeah. Um, but besides that, there was nothing else that I could see. We made sure that it is sealed up tight with a little bit of moving earth. We were able to readjust the ground to where it needs to be.
Can I catch Fezzik's eye and try to carefully mime asking if we should ask her about this ring, since necromancy is what she was just dealing with? Or if we want to keep this secret?
You would also know that Parasophia is a archmage with a plethora of spells at her disposal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm mostly trying. I'm trying to ask Fezzik if we should keep this to ourselves for now.
I'll
ring.
pick it up and show her the ring and say, we know this ring is magical, but we don't know what it does. Is there any way you could figure it out?
It's conjuration and necromancy.
That's an odd combination.
That's what I thought.
Well, tell you what, if you got 11 minutes, I can identify and tell you what it does.
Sure.
I think we can wait for 11 minutes.
You see, she goes ahead and begins to set her book down. And you watch as she, from her bag, pulls out what looks to be an urn. And it looks like just a simple, like, ceramic stone urn somebody made in pottery class. It looks like this one's pretty well designed, though. Somebody actually took their time and knew what they were doing. As she begins to chant the words for the spell, you watch as almost just a small, almost looks like blue, arcane, like blanket, almost kind of like, almost like a rainbow, like pours out, like covering the book. And what you watch as the book begins to glow, and the book begins to almost like spin on a dime, and almost like in a contained mess. The pages kind of all go crazy. Then finally, kind of all pushed back together, like slamming the pages back into the book. Right. So this is an interesting gift. Looks like King Anax or Cymede, one of them, put 2 enchantments on this ring. At least from what I can tell, once a day, you can cast the resurrection spell. That is the necromantic glow that you see. The other one, the conjuration glow. This is the most unique glow. It's very rare that you find this particular inscription. One time, you can cast the wish spell. Once the wish spell is used, it is gone. And so is the rest of the enchantments.
Wow. Well, that's good information to have.
Well, here you go. And she kind of hands it back to you and closes her book. You watch as this, like, after the spell, like, the blanket kind of, like, begins to, like, drift back into the urn, almost like being whirlpooled back in. And then she kind of puts the urn back in her, her bag. Did, any of you need me before I retire for the evening?
How do you activate it?
The ring. I believe it is attunement. Whoever wears the ring can use the enchantment.
I'm not sure if this question is more appropriate in character or above table. Casting Resurrection, would it still require the material component?
Casting
The diamond?
Resurrections, if you have to have the spell components. You
Okay,
can do it without
that's
you
fine.
can do it without a spell slot.
Still need the component.
Still need the
Cool.
components.
That's what I needed to know.
Yeah, it's one of those like, hey, like that's really freaking cool. Like that solves everything. No, it doesn't.
Hey, this is why I asked.
Hey, no, that's great. Okay, I'm glad you asked that. Because that's why I wanted that page up, because I had to look to see what it did. Like I knew what it looked like, but I couldn't remember what the specifics were.
Are there material components for Wish?
For Wish, this
Not
one.
as familiar with that spell.
You can either use the wish spell or one of the specified effects of the wish spell without suffering the stress of the spell. You don't need no, it is instantaneous. It doesn't you just has to say I wish and
Okay, cool.
it happens.
So if it's attunement, do we think that it's still attuned to the owner?
Looks like the attunement was never broken. It's still attuned to her.
Well, this is definitely a way to get her memories back.
Yes. It would negate all of the magic of the ring, but it would get her memories back.
Or cast the wish on Anax. Bring him back and stop this war.
Ooh, that's
What's more important?
Also a good option.
Because you can only do one or the other.
Uh-huh.
There's the Greek tragedy we were looking for.
Uh-huh.
With that, I think that's
well,
a
no
great
matter
point
what
for
the
us.
wish is.
To take a break, stretch our legs. I'm gonna get rid of some dishes that are kind of like piling up on my desk. Let you guys make that decision, and we'll come back. All right. I wanted to converse with my players real quick and get their feelings, but we're gonna go ahead and jump back in. So. You guys are heading and all talking to Cymede, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You see Leopold currently there with her. Looks like he's just basically, explaining how he got here, how he knows Diomocles, who his father was, and just very, very, very simple stuff, like things to get her off mind of just whatever she's been through, and just kind of letting her be different. But you guys arrive, and he kind of looks up, and you say, did
Leopold,
yeah?
could we have a few minutes with Samire?
No, yeah, of course. I'll go stand over here. He looks like he's gonna go ahead and look over to where there's like a bust of like all like the um all those that have won the Iroan games. There's like little like plaques and everything, kind of like posted like right outside where the stairs are. Just kind of like a quick little plaque of like all the way from like the first Iroan games all the way to you can see this year's Iroan games, but there is not a current because that's not done yet. Once it's done, she gets it inscribed. Um, but you guys are alone with Cymede.
I'm glad you think so. I don't. All right. I'll.
What do you think would be better then?
I don't know. Cantor is a smooth talker. Oh, let's see.
Thanks.
Are we
Thanks.
just?
Now I get thrown under the bus.
Uh,
Yeah,
Hey, I said
Cantor, you're
smooth
the one who
talker.
likes to
That's
talk.
not necessarily
Go
a
for it.
bad thing.
Hey, Cantor, we know you like to talk. You like listening to your voice. Let's do this.
A quick check-in with everybody. We are just being honest here, and we're asking if she could do this.
One step at a time. Let's tell her about the ring.
Yeah, see if she recognizes it first, at least.
I'll take it from Fezzik. Thymere, do you recognize this? I'll hand it to her, let her hold it.
you watch as she kind of reaches forward and kind of takes it in her fingertips and begins to look at it. And you see tears begin to like almost fill up in her eyes. It was raining that day. We were at the Data River. He was supposed to be on shift, on watch. He snuck away. He told me he only had a minute left. That's when the rain fell. And he proposed.
That sounds like a beautiful night.
It was also the night that we both almost died. A band of minotaurs had made their way through the Death Bellow Canyon unscathed. We were ambushed. As the rain fell into the river, it mixed with red from our blood. I could see Anax on the other side of the river. I don't remember how I got across, but this minotaur larger than I had ever seen. They fought an X. He looked helpless, hanging from its horn. That's when I felt the ground shake beneath me. That's when I heard the thunder roar. When I screamed, the river moved. I just wanted to save Ajax. I didn't mean to kill all those Minotaur soldiers. That night was the night that we watched from the sky. Nyx opened up, and Xenagos was cast out. A lot happened that night. It's the only night I remember. See, she's just kind of like playing with the ring and kind of just letting the tears kind of just fall across her cheeks. Yeah. I know this ring.
I hate to break the mood here. Clarification question.
Yeah.
So, she said that was the night that all that happened with the Minotaurs. That was the same night that Nyx opened and Xenagos was cast out.
From Nyx.
From Nyx. Is that a different event than what happened 1,000 years ago? Or was it 1,000 years ago? Am I, the player, misremembering something? Because these timelines don't work in my head.
Xenagos has only been gone for about 20 or 30 years.
Okay, that helps. Whoa, I've been under head misconception here for a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Okay, cool. Ooh. That's helpful. Thank you.
You're very welcome. I'm glad I could clarify that for you.
I'm going to take like a half step back, let her have her moment there, and just try to quietly ask Fezzik and the others, next step? If she wishes to save Anax, perhaps she would want to do so again.
Did she just remember that night or everything?
She said it was the only night she could remember.
It's the only night she can remember.
Just that one.
Yeah, I guess next step. Tell her the options.
The two that we discussed?
Well, yeah, let her know. Tell her what the situation is.
Yeah,
All right.
I guess that should be the next step, is tell her the situation. Then
All right. I'll come back up to Cymede, and match her level. If she's sitting, I will sit. If she's standing, I will stand.
Okay.
Cymede,
Yes.
I'm glad that you remember at least that one night. There's a lot happening right now. There is much that you don't remember. Right now, Inax is on his way here. He is not as you remember him that night. He is very different. He's been corrupted. And he would kill you, me, Veronica, everyone in this city. There is a possibility that you could wield a power that's within that ring. There are different things that you might be able to do. You might be able to remember more. To get all of your memories back. Or you might be able to stop or even save Anax in some way, if we are careful with our words. Do you want to try one of those two things?
She's not looking at you. But you see her mouth move. And you hear her voice. I do.
I want to turn to the group and just kind of mouth, do I let her choose?
I kind of want to say we have to.
That's my thought too, but I wanted to check in.
But you also have to remember I'm kind of like the lawful guy here and good.
True. And I'm just a hopeless romantic, so, you know. All right. Which of those two things do you want to try to do?
I want to remember everything. Not just that night. What led up to it.
You want to remember everything.
What happened after. How I got to where I was. Why I was there. I want to know.
All right. I think we can try to do this. We must be very careful in how we say it. If you will give me a few minutes, my friends and I can find a way to state this desire in a way that makes it most likely that it will succeed. Give us a few moments.
Okay. He kind of like sits there, kind of just. Kind of looking. When you were helping her when you first found her and tried to do what you did, she seemed willing, but she didn't look hopeful. is a little spark of hope. This time.
All right. Let's make sure we don't crush it. All right. Let's see if we can find a way to word this so that it's most likely to succeed. So, to clarify what we want, or what she wants technically. We want her memories to return to her in the state that she is now. Is that a fair way to put that?
Make sure you specify all the memories.
Yes. Okay. So, let's see. I'm just playing with wording in my head.
Yep, it's okay. No worries.
That it would be her saying it, so
Yeah.
something along the lines of, I wish that all of my memories from my past would come to me now and be in my head.
Past and present, I'm thinking.
Okay.
So she knows what's happened, like, this past 24 hours. Otherwise, she just might,
Yeah.
like, boink, I'm awake. Where the hell did
but
15 years go?
yeah, but not remember you.
True.
Yeah, but not remember you guys finding her or any of that. Yeah.
Yeah, that could be really, really bad.
Yeah.
So
Y-
all of
you-
her memories, past and present. Restore her memories, and I think it should be more than just memories. Almost it's like restore her mind.
Yeah, I was about to say that too.
Restore your mind, including memories of the past and present. Like knowledge, memories of
Okay.
the past and present.
I
So, yeah.
wish
Yeah.
I wish for
Wish-
all of
I wish to restore my mind, including all memories and knowledge, past and present.
I think we need to have wording in there that says to do all that, bring it to me here in this present moment.
Yeah, remember this is Wish. It acts like a genie wish.
That's true.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's I wish.
And make sure it's permanent and not temporary. We gotta have some
Oh,
words
good
in there
point.
for that.
Yeah,
Add the
permanently,
word permanently at the end of that.
or even,
Um,
or even
I wish
Okay, okay,
wish
okay,
to
okay.
permanently
Preface that.
regain.
Okay, I'm not going to be that much of a stickler. So, if you tell me your intent
No, we got.
Hey, we don't know.
for the wish.
Yeah. This is genie rules. We never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, this genie says I'm not going to be that much of a stickler.
Phew. Okay.
All right.
So we find wording that says she wants her all of her past and present knowledge, memories, abilities to come back to her in her present state and stay with her for the rest of her life.
I'm pretty cool with that.
Everybody else good with that?
Sure.
Yeah.
And for the DM to give us all one inspiration point.
And
I'm
I
still
do a
waiting.
vicious plug
I'm still
amongst
waiting.
it all.
I'm still waiting.
okay. Do I need to word that the way she would say that? Or or have we met these parameters?
I would say you have met. You have made major intent. No.
Okay. Now that's not far off from what it would be anyway.
Yeah. Are you
Yeah,
guys
I will-
satisfied with what you give her?
Yeah, I guess that's good.
Okay.
Okay.
Then I will take as long as it takes to tell her this, making sure she doesn't say "I wish" to start with
Yeah.
before she memorizes it.
Yeah.
Yep. And getting that intent so she knows it, and even saying it with her once she actually does put the ring on and say the "I wish."
Okay. She kind of repeats it to. She kind of repeats it without the "I wish." Okay. She goes ahead and puts her left hand kind of inside her right palm. She begins to play with the ring. She recites the wish. It is quiet. Almost could hear a pin drop. Almost sounded like something hit the door. Suddenly, you watch as the doors are blown open, and almost like a breeze blows through, almost like just a gust of wind. And you watch as her eyes roll into the back of her head, almost white, and then you watch her hair kind of float for a moment, and then she kind of rests against the bench, and you watch as the doors kind of just hang open. There's no gust now. Kind of a sudden gust for about, looks like 15 seconds, then stops. And you watch as her eyes kind of roll back this almost beautiful, almost like sky blue. I remember.
You know what we forgot to mention? That she needs to be conscious afterwards. She could slip into a coma right now and we're all done for.
She is conscious.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she is conscious.
I forgot that we.
Don't give the DM ideas at this stage.
God damn it, Brian! How did you?
It's like,
Stop
no,
it!
she remembers
Stop
everything.
talking!
But she can't. But she's a vegetable now. Congrats,
Yeah.
guys.
But she's mute.
Here's wish for you. No, I'm not gonna be that DM. I hate DMs that do that. If you're one
Oh,
of
I
the
know,
DMs, don't do that. No, she is conscious, and she seems to be. It's really scary. This is not the same woman that you were talking with. This is a competent woman.
Like, great. Now we just reawoken, the bitch. The bitch queen.
You see, she kind of like begins to like sit up a little bit. She kind of takes your hand into hers. Thank you. I hope that this kindness I can repay.
I'm sure we will think of something. No need to thank us, though. I'm glad that you are back.
I assume you want answers. I will try to give you as many as I can. I don't know what you know, but I will
Half
do
the
what I
time,
can.
we don't know what we know. Or at least I don't.
Your friends, are they still upstairs?
Some of them might be.
Go ahead and gather them. And you see she goes ahead and is up, and you see she goes ahead and as she gets up, you notice now her feet touch the ground. And you watch as she kind of goes ahead and begins walking forward towards where you all meet for the council meeting. Um, do you
Council
all
meeting,
follow?
round 2. Yeah, I'm following.
All right.
Yep.
All right. So you all follow back, and you see at this point, Taranika and Thuza, and everybody's in there except for obviously Leopold and Diomocles. Leopold, at this point, hasn't got the memo, so he is just still looking at the names on the wall.
Oh, should I grab Leopold?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Leopold!
Oh, sorry, I got distracted. Did you know that Dad's the only one, well, the first one, at least from what I can tell, to win the entire Rowan Games?
Who?
My dad.
Oh. No, I didn't know that.
That's
It's very
that's-
interesting.
If Ezek does it this year, he'll be the first. He'll be the second. That's apparently why they named the arena the Temple of Triumph after him.
And well deserved, too.
Anyway, just catching up on my history, I guess you could say.
One should always remember their history, as much as is possible. But for now, we might have some things in the present to worry about. Hello. Might as well be present for this.
All right. Everyone is now in there except for Diomocles because he is doing a Crowan military stuff. So I will bring Queen Cymede out here, and you see at this point the other council members are kind of just looks like at this point looks like they were just putting their bowls and plates on the table. It looks like they are kind of like a couple glasses of wine into a story of some kind. And you see Enthusa is up on the table. And that is when I jumped on top of the rock. And then I roared and I said, and that is why they called me the Bear of Satessa. And you see, Taranika is about to sit there like cheer, is about to cheer until she sees Queen Cymede kind of just standing right over here.
That's one of my favorite stories. Thank you. I'll try to lighten the mood.
Yeah, Okay, I fucked up somehow and gave Fog of War on that map, and I should not have. I was trying to clear that red mark and I pressed the wrong button. I was like, you know what? I need to clear drawings. There we go. You see, Enthusiast gets off the table. Uh, um, uh, it's alright. You did not realize I would be in my better mind. And you see, perhaps Sophia kind of just looks at all of you like, right, okay. Queen Cymede, it's really good. And you see, before she could even, uh, Queen Cymede kind of just doesn't even acknowledge her. She kind of just puts her hands up and she goes over to Terranika, and you see she just literally puts her head against hers and just, I'm so proud of you putting your best face forward. And you see she kind of goes ahead and pulls up a seat right next to her. So, and I guess this is where you all fill her in on what everything is happening.
Yep. That is exactly what we do for however long it takes.
At some point, she says, "All right, look, we're gonna need more wine and stuff if we're gonna do this." Okay. And you see, at some point, like there's like several pitchers of different wines have been laid out on the table. Oh, right. Cut boy, and she looks at Leopold, and you see Leopold kind of just looks at her, and he goes, "Yes, my queen." He rushes over to the cup, and you see she begins to just laugh. Oh, sorry. I served in the military too for a time, my dear. I know you're new, so at least now you can feel safe that the queen's not gonna get you in your sleep. Right. So you don't want. As you see, she just takes the cup from him and pours her own glass. Right. Well, I guess you want to know about the night that I vanished. Then
If you don't mind.
Anax seemed troubled about something, but he wouldn't discuss it with me. He discussed we've died and almost died and bled together. And we're married. You think? Tell me everything. But maybe he was just worried, just trying to protect me. Anyway, I was not satisfied with the answers he gave me, so I went looking for my own. During one of my evenings, feeding the eel, there was a knock on the door. I thought it might be Diocles, but then I realized what time it was. It wouldn't have been him. It was late. There were sometimes I couldn't sleep, and thankfully the temple's only a walk across the courtyard, so when Anax was either out fighting or whatever it is that Anex does. I wanted a place for me. I opened the door and this man walked in. He said he was from Militus. He wanted to discuss a proposition that he had in mind. And he asked if he could come in. I was hesitant first, but I allowed him inside. He introduced himself as Alekios from the Council of Militus. He said he wanted this was when he wanted to run for Militus. And he wanted the support of the Queen of Akros. I asked why he thought I would be a good fit for whatever he was trying to do, whatever political agenda he was trying to pull. No offense, Persephia. And you see Persephia kind of waves like none taken. And she kind of looks up. He said that we might have a lot in common. That Theros is all about trying to develop for the future. And that's all he wanted to do, develop the future for Militus. There wasn't anything that he did. It was the way that Eel reacted when he looked at him. You see, I think Enthuse and Phaedra can speak from experience. Animals have a way of trusting us in a way that we don't recognize. I told him I wasn't interested and that I wasn't going to be doing so. Took it offensive, and that is when he pulled out this almost looked like metal dagger with a black arrowhead tip. And he said he asked if I was sure that I wasn't going to change my mind. I didn't know what else to do. We fought. As I lay dying, Keranos reached out, reminded me of my promise to him. And so, he sent me to a shrine somewhere north near Winter's Heart, where the shrine is being used to seal away one of the Titans. I was to be its guardian. Unfortunately, when the transition from dying to being what I became was different. My mind became almost a storm of its own. Couldn't control it. Destroyed the shrine. And laid there. Kyronos came to visit me ever so often to check up on me. Wanted to see if there was any progress in my memory. I would tell him the bits that I remembered, and he said that he didn't know how to fix me, but he was going to do so. And so I've been there ever since. You've been underneath Akros for 14 years. This whole time. Or at least that doorway was. And now the entire table goes quiet. Even those of the NPCs. Because even they don't know what to say.
And Alekios.
And you guys know who Alekios is.
Oh yeah.
Girl, Sophia, you could see her skin crawl as she said the name Alekios, like.
As it should.
Is there anything I'm missing out? Anything that I'm leaving out that you want to know?
I think that sums it up for me. It's a very good explanation. Anyone else?
No, I think she explained it perfectly.
Yeah, I don't really have anything.
So, do you guys understand basically what happened to her?
Pretty much.
Alekios tried to recruit her for something he was doing in Melitus. She said her eel said no, so she said no. He tried to kill her, and Kyronos intervened. It screwed up her brain. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah.
Didn't she say something about one of the Titans or something?
She did. She did. Located in Winter's Heart. She was. They had made sort of a compromise that for her staying in Akros as a mortal, if on death she would serve Kyronos, like serve him, do what he asked, pretty much turned her into basically in not so many terms, her basically Moon Knight, basically his Moon Knight in no certain terms. But her job now is to guard this shrine that was built to kind of contain this Titan.
Didn't she say it was destroyed because
Yeah, I
of the
was-
storm in her mind?
I was just about to say, didn't she
Yeah.
say it
The
was destroyed?
seal. The seal.
What happened?
We're still on the same
Right.
page.
The seal is the whirlpool that you guys were looking at.
So it's still sealed.
It's still sealed. She just destroyed the shrine around.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, okay. So, just for clarification, I'll bring you back onto that map. Just so you guys can get the clarification. So, this whirlpool, this stone statue, this is the gate. This is the shrine part.
Okay.
Like she destroyed like this, like that's what she did. Like in the chaos.
Gotcha.
Okay.
That way you guys feel better about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although that could be a fun kaiju battle, Colossus versus Titan.
That one is currently located in Winter's Heart.
And remind us that is
That is
We were probably going to be going eventually.
Winter's Heart is way up here.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Oh, yeah.
Winter's Heart is. Yeah, because it's and over here's like that other weird village.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like way, way
This
out
right
there.
here is in Brickdus, and this is Winter's Heart. Winter's Heart is where Iroan went to go and find Kelimene.
I mean, considering it's like the furthest we've ever even went out that way was like probably Detmos.
Yeah, and you guys barely, like, you guys didn't even go
Yeah.
into the actual plains. So you guys, like, stuck,
Yeah.
you guys stuck to the mountainside. You guys have not even been on that side of the map
Yeah, side
yet.
of the mountains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Phoenix Stairs or any of that. But yes, the Titan is locked away nice and tightly.
okay. So, Queen Cymede,
Yes?
will you need to return to watch over that shrine? Is that deal with Karanos still in effect?
Unfortunately, it is. But I think I can negotiate a vacation. I don't feel great about leaving not only my birthplace, but the place where me and Anax built to try and protect the people here. I can't just sit by and let this happen.
No?
What is his state? Do we know?
Not good.
We don't really know much.
How far away is he?
About a day out, right?
Within eyesight of the Titan Stairs?
Probably.
Coming up the Data River? Sorry. It was sort of the path we took to where we would go and hide when we were younger. But all right, it's been a while since I've had to. I can attempt to scry on him.
Can I assist in some way?
No, this is something only that I can do, unfortunately. But thank you. But I can believe. Let me see. Looking at me. I need to look it up. I believe scrying. You can. I put scrying, not the scrying spell.
Yeah, scrying, potato. Ugh.
You can see here, particularly you choose the same place. It must miss. This target. You can choose a location you've seen before as a target of the spell. When you do, the sensor appears at the location and doesn't move. I can do it on the location of where I think he may be. You see, she goes ahead and kind of sits down, and you watch as her hair begins to almost kind of rise up again. And you can almost see like traces of like static electricity, and every now and then a spark of lightning traces through her hair as she's like begins to like cast this ritual. He's got to make a wisdom save. Okay. Wisdom. Your wisdom is. And against her DC. Okay. You watch as she begins to cast this spell. I believe she can hold it for 10 minutes. It is concentration. I believe you can talk while you're scrying. At least that's how I understand it. I see him. I see his army. It doesn't make sense. That is... You see she goes ahead and breaks concentration. And you see, like, she grips her chair, and you can almost feel like the temperature of the room begin to change almost. Some spots are hot, some places are cold, like starting to mix, and then she kind of like takes a deep breath, and it all kind of eases in. Whoever that is, they are nothing but a poor imitation of my Anex. Unfortunately, it does look like him. It smiles like him. But that face. I watched him execute a family. My Anax would never do that. Who did this to him?
Do we actually know that? I don't think we do.
No. I don't remember if we do.
I think you guys don't. You guys only... It was just those rumors like, oh, well, you know, I seen King Anax out in the Badlands. He cutting up people. You know, dumb acros talk.
I'm sorry, it's the accent.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I had to...
No, that's fair. Oh.
It's just, you know, it's just like that kind of dumb of a rumor, like...
Yeah. I mean, we have our suspicions at this point, but we don't have anything concrete.
Yeah.
It's I will share that with her.
Your theory?
leave out the accent.
Yeah, leave out that.
Yeah, I'm going to leave out the accent.
Okay. That he's basically walking around like a freaking man possessed with a lava dripping axe and satyr hoplites. Yeah, that's unusual for him. That's not normal Anax. But nothing, at least as far as that leads to anything that... Now, what is your theory? Just because I'm curious.
I think I said my theory earlier was that he had a shard in him.
Yeah. That somehow the cult got to him, and it was probably Alekios, if we're being honest. But somehow the cult got to him, and he's running around with a shard in his neck.
Okay.
That's the theory.
That's the theory? Do you tell Queen Tyrannica that? Not Queen Tyrannica, but Queen Cymede that theory?
So many queens.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'd share that theory. Being clear that it is only a theory. We don't know for sure. We don't know if it is true, the who or the how.
Did you see anything like that while scrying?
No. No indications of any arrowhead or anything.
Well, as we can clearly see with you being here, sometimes the gods intervene. Perhaps one of the other deities intervened with Anax.
Well, if anybody would like to intervene, and you see she kind of looks over at a window, and you see she kind of walks over to it, it kind of pushes it open, and she shouts from her room, "It'd be really nice if Theros would wake his big bronze ass up, and maybe help me every now and again." And you see she's almost shouting towards like where the mountain is, where Theros' forge is, and you see she kind of shuts the window. But no, Theros cares not. Could care less that that Anax is walking around right now, not himself. I mean,
Well,
Anax-
that's what I'm saying.
Anax devoted his life to Theros, and he's not doing anything to stop this? Oh, it is what it is. And perhaps maybe something will be done about it, but. So he is a day out from Akros now. Well,
As a point of clarification, I would like to double check with uh the woman from Satessa with the hawk.
yeah, that is going to be Phaedra.
Yes, I need to start a dictionary of names here.
Yeah.
Um,
Phaedra.
yes, I know it's written in there somewhere when we first met her, but
Yeah.
remembering it now.
Yeah.
I would like to double check and figure out exactly what a day out means. Like, is this army
A
going
day
to
out-
arrive at
they-
the end of tomorrow? Are they going to arrive during the
they-
ceremony the following day?
They are a day out, camped out. At least at the moment, it did not look like they were moving. It looks like they are currently set up at the moment.
So they're waiting.
They are waiting.
Oh boy. Oh, no, thank you.
I was wondering that too.
Yeah, they are posted up waiting. That's basically what it looks like.
And Fezzik, we're just on the same wavelength again this week.
Yeah.
All right. Any other questions for the council or Cymede?
I've got nothing.
See, I think Fezzik wants to rest up for the big day tomorrow.
All right. I would love to see the games, but I think it is best for Akros that we keep the fact that I am back quiet for now. If it comes to it, I do not want to have to use the Colossus. But if they reach past the stairs, I might have to.
So for you to use it, and for him to.
Agreed. So, I will be back, about 8, in the morning. I've got a lot to do. If I need to, I will be back. And, well, it would be cliche to say faster than a lightning bolt, but for the time being, I'm going to go back to my temple. Reach out to Keranos and see what me and him can agree to.
Of course.
Either way, I will be only but ascending away. I do not care if Keranos tells me otherwise. If I have any say about it, Akros will not fall.
Understood.
And you watch as, in almost a blink of an eye, she almost becomes almost like fog. It drifts out the window that she just left cracked open, almost like a little storm cloud.
Well, that's useful.
Did I forget to mention? You see, Tarnika's kind of looking at everybody. That she was, in her time, a powerful sorceress.
I'm not sure that was ever brought up. It's good to know now.
I guess that's what attracted Keranos to her. In fact, it is rumored to believe that at one time they had to redo the Theros map because she actually moved the river. Anyway, that was a day. I'm ready for bed. Fezzik, you've got a big day tomorrow. Guys, if you see anything, just be careful.
And you as well.
I kind of hard when I've got the two best security personnel that Akros has to offer. Looks over to you and Cantor.
We certainly try and do our best.
Anyway, good night. If you see Leopold, tell him just I clunked out. He can stay. He can go back to his barracks. I'm too tired to really do or see any else for the rest of the day. Oh wait, Leopold, you're right there. I keep forgetting Leopold.
I say,
just sitting
he's
right
in the
there.
room.
Oh, Leopold, hey, sweetheart, love of my life. No, she doesn't say that.
I imagine he just has this hangdog expression on his face.
Yeah, like, oh, it's okay. I wasn't saying nothing
Aw.
anyway. And he kind of was just kind of like standing in the corner, like after like getting like just like joked on by the queen, former queen, excuse me, and now his girlfriend kind of like forgot he was even in the room. He just kind of looks at her. Yeah, no, I understand. I will see you tomorrow. All right, and you see they kind of just look at each other, and you see Queen. You kind of hear almost a whisper on the wind. Oh, just kiss the boy already. And it's the voice of Queen Cymede. Her cloud is still like hanging outside the window, wanting to see what was going to happen. And you see, Ternica just freaking like runs over to the window and just shuts the window. And now it is awkward, and they both go their separate ways.
That's great.
It is now just you guys, Sophia, Enthusa, and Phaedra. Currently in the council chambers at the moment. Anything anybody else wants to accomplish for the evening?
With the council, not that I can think of.
Okay, anything else besides that?
Definitely just prayers to Athreos. The Queen Cymede's story is not sitting well with Thea and her own personal history. There's a lot of parallels, and she doesn't like it.
Yeah. Okay. Uh, we'll go ahead and do that real quick. So, what do you do? Do you go to your room and do this, or how do you go about this?
I think about as soon as she could, she would separate the group, claiming tired. It has been a long day.
Yeah.
And just try to stop the train of what ifs going through her head, and just try to get down into a place that's prayer to Athreos and that comfort that isn't always there, but it commonly enough is.
Okay. Go. So are you just saying just a typical prayer to him?
Yeah, just prayers and considering thinking about that scrying spell and wondering if she could do it herself.
Oh, go ahead and make Arcana check.
A religion check, you said?
Arcana.
Oh, Arcana.
Yeah.
15.
15. You would know that. Unfortunately, at the moment, you cannot because it is What level cleric are you right now?
I'm level 10. Above table, I do have access to it.
Yes. Yeah, you
I have
do.
access to it, but you need what is it? A focus worth at least 1,000 gold, such as a crystal
that's
ball,
right.
silver
Yeah,
mirror, or a font filled with holy water. So
yeah.
yeah, it's all part of those what ifs, and
Yeah, I would say you probably know it's a spell you can do. You just don't have the component for it.
I don't have the means for it right now.
Yeah.
I think at the end of whatever prayer she says, just Taryn, please don't be like Kanax. Be safe. And try to sleep.
All right. Arthos, anything for you?
No, I think Arthas would just be heading to sleep after the craziness that was today.
Beautiful. Cantor.
Cantor's not here.
I
Oh, he's
think
not?
we've lost Cantor.
Yeah.
Oh, he probably...
It was a while ago, too.
Yeah.
He may have lost connection and then just couldn't be able to get back on. Because I did notice, like, partway through the session, like, he was kind of, like, going out a little bit. So...
Yeah.
I saw that when he left, he immediately went offline, so it seems like something happened there.
Yeah, that's very possible, too. So, was he
Yeah,
not back
depending
from
where
break?
he's at. Depending where he's at, it might be the storm that's going across the country.
Yeah.
It's messing everything up.
Yeah, that's true. So then, Fezzik, anything for you?
No. Fezzik's too tired to even pray right now.
Yeah, you're just like, oh, dude, I got the final thing tomorrow, and you guys are dragging me everywhere. Like, I told you that we would go and, like, bring her, like, back, and then I would go to bed, but you guys are dragging me everywhere now, at this point.
Yeah.
You're probably, like, an hour over, like, what time you usually go to bed for your, like, good night, like, athlete sleep, but, oh well. Is what it is. Arthos. You find yourself kind of just free falling at this current moment. certain moments you can see what looks like very small, thin threads. You begin to reach out for the thread, you pull on it, and you watch as it kind of almost brings this light that kind of just brings forth a vision of some kind, it seems like. Like one moment there was just nothingness, and suddenly, the moment you pull on the string, you are sitting. It looks like with your back against the wall. You look down and you don't look good. A lot of your clothes are tattered and torn up and scarred. You can see your weapon, your trusty blade Destiny, over to your side. You go to reach for it, and you see the handle, and you see the sword is broken at the hilt, almost shattered completely. Where it almost is just like at this point, not even a box cutter at this point, with how jagged it's been broken. Some of the shards are inside you. You can see different parts of you bleeding. You begin to look around. It looks like smoke is just filling this entire space, and you can hear the sounds of the earth almost erupting. You can see fissures beginning to form in between the ground as the earth kind of lets go, and you can see almost this giant hand of just mass of almost looks like just molten rock, and it almost begins to just envelop the space. It grabs you. You can almost feel your entire body burning, melting at this point, and you can just hear the sound of what sounds like a volcano erupting, and you can hear the sounds of battle happening, swords clanging against each other. You can feel the smoke rising in your lungs. You look down and you can see the face of a torn individual. Molten rock face. You see with the free hand carries an axe, where you see the lava drips from the blade itself. As the lava drops, you can see once it touches the earth, it almost makes a new patch of earth underneath it. Don't worry. Akros is safe until the ceremony is over. And you can feel it squeeze against your neck. And you can feel almost your larynx crush. And you can almost feel blood filling up in your throat. Then Akros will be the first to burn! And you just watch as he just erupts and flames his entire body. And that is where you wake up. And that is where we're going to end tonight's session. Goodbye, my friends. We hope you enjoyed the show. I wish we could continue, but it's time for us to go. Next time at the Bardic Cauldron.